fluffy, savory eggs. Guys, chicken and rice doesn't get much better than this. This is my easy version of Japanese chicken and egg donburi. Okay, so classic Japanese donburi usually includes ingredients like sake, mirin, dashi. Now, a lot of you guys have written and said, look, you know, what are some substitutions I can use for some of those ingredients that you might not be able to get a hold of at the moment if you can't get out to your Asian supermarket. So we're going to make a very simple version. We're going to start off with the sauce that would usually be, you know, involve all of those different ingredients, but ours is very simply some chicken stock. Just some store-bought is fine. Some soy sauce, and then a little bit of sugar. So usually you would get a little bit of sweetness from Japanese mirin, but of course we're just using what we have in our pantry at the moment. So the sugar gives us that little hit of sweetness, and then just give that a mix. The next thing we want are some eggs. And now here's like the only difficult part of the recipe, and it's not really difficult, it's just a little bit of forward planning. Now I like to make these individually, so I like a little pan that's just larger than my rice bowl. So you can see this one's just a little bit larger, and we're gonna make them individually so we get just the right texture and a nice little kind of fold. You'll see what I mean at the end. You could do a larger one and just divide it up, but you know, I'm just gonna make it nice because we like to make things nice. Okay, so for me, a donburi bowl is all about texture. It's about getting just the right egg texture. So there's a little way that we do that, but first of all, let's start with a little bit of oil. And then I'm gonna throw in just a few slices of onion. And a little bit of chicken as well. I'm using chicken thighs because you guys know I'm a legs and thigh kind of girl, but chicken breast would totally be fine. What you do want though are very thin, you know, small pieces here. And just kind of stir fry that till the chicken is just cooked through. So we're looking good here. My chicken is cooked, my onion's nice and soft and sweet. Now we go in with some of that stock soy sauce mixture that we made earlier. And this is all part of how we get a really great texture for our eggs. The eggs should be kind of like silky and soft. So we want to go in with some liquid first of all before we do the egg. And then now I'm going to pour the egg in so that the egg's kind of hitting the liquid, not just like really hot pan or hot oil. Okay, so you just want to kind of like before that egg sets, just swirl around in here, just distribute everything so that we're getting a nice even patch of chicken, onion, egg everywhere. And then I want to keep this just kind of bubbling away a little, turn that heat down so it's nice and gentle, and then pop a lid on and just let that cook away until that egg is just set. And I mean like still a little like jiggly set. Okay, so it's only been a couple of minutes. Let's take a look at how we're going. And that is looking really perfect to me. So what I want to see is, see how it's still kind of like shiny and glistening and only just barely set. That's kind of like the perfect texture for me. I just want to kind of loosen the sides here. And then actually maybe I lied earlier about the difficult part of the recipe. This might actually be the difficult part of the recipe. We need to slide this egg, chicken, onion mix onto our rice. So let's go ahead and do that now. Fingers crossed we don't have a disaster. But anyway, it should very easily kind of slide onto your rice bowl. You kind of want to like tuck in the sides here. All right, so we're nearly there. What I want to do is add a few just little extras to make it, you know, extra nice. A little bit of some spring onion. And then here's like one little pantry ingredient that you might not have. So you could totally just use normal chili flakes, but I like to add sashimi togarashi. So that's like a Japanese sort of chili spice mix. It's got sesame seeds, you know, like orange peel, a few little bits and pieces. So we'll sprinkle that on top. So there you go guys, my very easy version of a Japanese chicken and egg donburi, and wow, I cannot wait to get in here. Let's have a look at that egg and the rice and all the things. All right, let's see, shall we? Wow, this is like pretty much the biggest mouthful ever. Oh well, let's just go in here. Do you know what is so good about that? Is you do get the most amazing complex flavour. So you've got the creamy egg, and then you've got that salty sort of stock situation going on with just that little hint of sweetness. And the onion and the chicken, and so good. You know, every Asian country seems to have their own version of like chicken rice. You know, and this one's a good one. Yum. So good. Egg is really fluffy.